Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. The incredible Charlie Hester is my guest co-host for the week, and we couldn't be more excited. Brandon Barry is reduced to playing backup ukulele. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right, we did make it. We were close. It was close, but we made it. Welcome back. Welcome to the live radio show. I don't even know where the hell I am right now. It's been that kind of a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
So,
it has been.
if you're sticking around from Raider Up, you already know us. I'm your host, Don Smith. My guest co-host for the week is the lovely Charlie Hester is in.
I am super excited to be here.
We're super excited to have you here.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. And Brandon Barry is sitting in as our guest for this
how
hour.
you doing? You know what I was most mad about this last show? You know, it was a good show, right? But they didn't compliment me on my tattoos. When she walked in, they were like, "Whoa, tattoos!" But I didn't say anything about my tattoos.
I didn't even see your tattoo.
Yeah, I didn't either. So.
I have one. You don't have to see it. I'm just
let's
joking.
see it.
Your
Let's see it.
tattoos are obviously better than my Morse code.
Well, you have Morse code on your arm?
I do. It's for B. I'm very conceited.
What does it say? Just
B.
Just
It
B.
says B
Just
for my
B.
name. There's a reason behind it I won't go into. It's not very funny, actually.
We don't have to be funny. Just because it's a
I
comedy
know.
show doesn't
I know,
mean
I've
we
been
have
here
to.
Yeah, this
before.
show is the life,
It's
right?
it's everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes life is not funny.
Amen.
It's okay. It's all right.
Sometimes the
It's been
show
a
is
while,
not
Don.
funny.
I'm thinking about getting a Frank Zappa tattoo, actually. Like just his mustache and a little soul patch thing. It's,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I get
super
what
into
you're saying,
Zappa.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we talking about? Why are
Apparently Zappa.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know. I just kind of derailed this a little bit.
That's okay. We
right.
usually start derailed and we'll end there. So.
Okay.
Don,
All
do
right.
you have any tattoos?
I have no tattoo.
Why not?
I don't know.
You have the beard for it.
Yeah.
You look like a biker. No,
Yeah.
I've never noticed that until
Just-
she said that.
Just no tattoos. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
the
kind
only.
of shocking that you don't have any ink.
Just never wanted any.
Really?
Yeah, I've nothing against it. Just never really wanted to get one.
So if you ever got one, what would you get?
I don't know because if I knew what I would get, I would probably have one.
All right now, if there's a tattoo
I don't want to
artist
get
right
them now because at 42, that just seems like a midlife crisis kind of thing.
here. Oh, totally.
I'm 41. Watch it, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say an end of life. Mid, which I actually, my family timeline, my midlife crisis should have happened in my mid-30s. So
Oh. See, we're crunch time now.
yeah. So now it's If I get one now, it'll just seem, I don't know, just seem like I'm going through a thing.
Aren't we all?
Wait, so what would you get right now? What would you get if there's an artist right here?
I wouldn't know.
Nothing?
Nothing. Yeah.
Just nothing written on your arm.
Yeah. Exactly.
well,
That's
that's
what I
stupid,
want.
actually.
Just
How many
nothing
different
right
tattoo
there.
ideas do you have on deck right now?
One, and it's the Frank Zappa one.
Bunch of amateurs over
What?
here.
How many do you have? Well, how many tattoos do you have now?
I think I have 8, 9.
You don't even know?
No.
Well, how many more do you want?
All of them?
Okay.
All, just every tattoo
I
you
would-
see,
Yeah.
you want
Yeah,
that.
I've got
Okay.
plans. I've got like a Pinterest folder,
Oh, okay.
different ideas, and then I have like an album on my phone with about 40 different pictures of things that if I ever wind up with just an extra $400 jangling in my
Yeah,
pocket,
sure.
go have one done.
How do you feel about face tattoos? Not on yourself, but like on other people.
I'm certainly not going to judge for me because I'd like to launch into television. I think that would probably
Yeah, that would be an
might
issue, I
limit
think.
some
Yeah.
of the ability I would have to work, but
Right.
I don't care.
No, I think it screams unemployed to have that on your face, but that's
Right.
other people's
Yeah,
choices. It's cool sometimes, like if you're
Right.
not doing anything. If you're an
Yeah.
artist, that like a tattoo artist,
there you go. Yeah,
it makes sense. But like Post
Yeah, if you-
Malone,
yeah, if
you
you're-
ever know Post Malone? I saw.
It's familiar. I don't. Yeah,
he's
I
got
don't
face
know
tattoos
anything.
all over. He says "always tired" under his lids. Like, what is that? You know?
My dark circles are a tattoo. It says always tired.
Yeah, I have those too.
Right,
That's why sometimes I'm
pay
glad
for
to wear
'em.
glasses because then it's just my glasses are making that's all.
They're magnifying.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not running on 6 hours of sleep in the past week. Yeah. So how have you been, Charlie?
I've been doing great.
Oh.
I'm running all around the country. I'm doing a show up in Wisconsin this weekend. And I don't know, just writing new stuff, getting ready to do another music video since the ranch dressing video was such a rousing success.
I watched it. You know,
Right. I do ridiculous things. And
absolutely. Yeah.
It's just fun.
There's
So,
nothing wrong with that. Ridiculous things can be fun.
I think that more people should live in the realm of ridiculousness. It makes life a lot more palatable. So,
That is true.
yeah. I mean, just enjoy silliness and get excited about little things. And then, I don't know, adult life doesn't feel so soul crushing.
It still does, but you can pretend it doesn't
Right,
for a little while.
right.
Then you say, oh, yeah, there are bills.
Exactly.
No way to make them silly.
So I can't afford cocaine, so might as well get excited about this coupon. Yeah.
Awesome. See, now you got me depressed. So, Brandon, what have you been up to? I know you were up in Alaska for a little while.
Up in Alaska. I actually wore this this sweatshirt just for you because I got it in the mail the other day. So I was working with National Geographic, which
Right.
I was. You know the show Life Below Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was filming pachyderms.
Yeah.
yeah.
When up there, it would be the frozen woolly mammoths.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Those aren't edible
Right.
because they're frozen. You'd break your teeth.
I helped film I was assistant camera and what they called media manager on the last couple episodes of season 6 and then the start of season 7, which season 6 is on right now every Tuesday at 8:00.
All right.
So at some point you'll see my name in there as DIT. It's I don't even know what that. No one that I don't even know what it means, honestly. It's a technician of some sort. But anyway. So yeah, I was up in Alaska for 2.5 weeks, and then I went for another 3 weeks, and that's what I've been doing mostly. But right now, I'm waiting for the next call, and then I'm just biding my time doing other stuff.
You just you work for National Geographic. Do you get sent to random places, or
for this, it's
or are you just going to be stuck in Alaska?
I'm working primarily for Life Below Zero. It's going to be all Alaska, unfortunately. Right now, it's pretty cold.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And
it's Alaska.
I didn't experience that cold. I think it maybe got down to 35 or something when I was there. So I'm in for a treat when I go back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now, are you in more like the southern parts of Alaska, or like way up north where it's just like there's nothing?
There's nothing where we are. So I'm above the Arctic Circle, so it's pretty far north.
Yeah.
It's not all the way up yet. I do want to go all the way up there. There we go. Yeah.
I was heading that same direction. I was
Of
about
course
to say
you were.
it's bigger when it's all the way up.
This is what happens when Don and I get together. Just goes to trash. Please continue about.
It's cool. Yeah, these places. There's maybe we flew into a place called Candle, which you've probably never heard of it. It's a little.
I've heard of candles before.
Okay. Well, smarty. It's this little mining town in Alaska, and about 5 miles or so is a place called Kewalik, and it's named for the Kewalik Mountains and the Kewalik River. There's no trees or anything. It's really strange, and no one actually lives there, but these people we were filming camp all year round.
So they live there.
Right. Just camping.
But
they're homeless.
Right.
Is really
Right.
they're homeless in Alaska.
They have a
so
teepee, but they have a home in a place called Norvik.
Which they never go to.
Never go camping without teepee.
Well,
actually.
yeah. Anyway, so moral of the story, I got really high and watched the Northern Lights, and it was awesome. And that was probably the best experience I've had. I almost got killed by
a great moral, actually.
Yeah, I almost got killed by a moose as well. They were stalking them.
Are you
Man.
sure?
Moose are
Are you sure
huge.
that was really a moose? You were high.
You know, I can't give you a definitive on that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We like to stick with the facts.
Well,
you know.
Yeah. What I
May
can
have
say
been a
is that
moose.
the Northern Lights were pretty
Could have been
awesome.
Sasquatch in a moose costume.
If he would have told the story in the last show, he would have been almost killed by a mouse.
Yeah. We're a mossy.
Maybe I should listen to the last one then.
That is terrible.
But yeah,
That's wrong.
I
And-
know. I'm sorry.
you know, I said I was biding my time with other stuff. I was helping out Michael Moore, the comedian.
Yeah.
Dayton comedian. No, he's from Columbus. Yeah.
comedian. Yeah.
And with his little comedy newsletter. I didn't mean to call it little, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
With your piddly little.
Oh, well,
yeah.
it's done now, which is really unfortunate. But I was proud to be a part of that.
It's done as in it's no longer running or it's finished. You have a newsletter out there. It's done. We're done writing it.
He put out
we apologize.
He put out 7 different ones every week. For 7 weeks, and then he stopped because no one else. Like the last issue was all me because no one else was doing anything, which is really unfortunate because that's a project that I was really wanted to
because
do.
you had said something about doing something similar to
Yeah,
that
exactly.
before.
I wanted to
and
do that. And,
there weren't a whole lot of contestants. I
Yeah,
think I sent you
and that-
something stupid too,
and that,
but
well,
I didn't hear anything about sending anything to Michael. So
Yeah, well, it's
so now
done
it's
now.
done now.
So,
It's too late.
Too late. Done.
Yeah. I will.
Anyway, yeah. So how you been?
I've
I haven't seen you in a
been extremely busy. Actually, we've had a lot of things going on at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been packing them in.
We-
We've had some great shows over the past couple months.
Yeah, this past weekend we could have used a few more people, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, and we had a couple of good shows. We had Sunday was a good show. We have male strippers there tomorrow, so if if anybody wants to go out and see the Magic Mike XXL, that's tomorrow night.
New Year's Eve.
No, that's Todd Yon and the Time Flyer. I don't think he strips for us. He just
That's unfortunate.
they play music and tell
Okay,
jokes.
I got you.
Yeah, they no stripping
Oh,
on New Year's. So if you
That
go
sucks.
if you go to the New Year's show, which I recommend you do, it was a lot of fun last year, but no strippers. So that's the only.
All right.
But yeah,
I'll think about
you're
it.
out.
I'll
Okay.
think
Well,
about it.
tomorrow night, if you want to go see male strippers, Brandon, they're there tomorrow
I've never
night.
seen them
so.
before, and except in front of the mirror. So, oh, come on, that
So
was
you were
fun.
doing their makeup? Is that what?
Well, this is getting dead air tonight. I don't care. Whatever. We're here to talk.
Well, no, a lot of stuff going on. I've been I mentioned to you a lot of filming going on.
Yeah.
I was hoping last weekend would get canceled, and one of the ones I was in did cancel, and then another one popped up and said, "Hey, we're going to film this," and I said, "Oh, great!" And this weekend I have one that I have to do that I think may have canceled, which will allow me to go to the other one that I wasn't going to be able to make. It's been I
Wow.
think like 4 out of the past 5 weekends I've been filming, and 3 out of the next 2 I'll be filming. The math doesn't add up, but trust me, it's there.
Yeah, I think that people who don't do film, I think they're always very surprised at how much work and effort it takes to get a really good product.
It takes a lot of effort to get a really bad product.
Well, yeah, that too.
So that's
that too. Had a couple of those. Oh,
yeah, I've had a few like that too.
yeah.
So how's William doing?
He's doing good. We're working on a film right now called The Goocher.
Yep.
Which
Which
love
I
it.
would-
somehow
Love
I
it.
knew you would
I'm
get
in.
a kick out of that.
I'm in.
Which I like to point out, it's the spot between the balls and the butthole.
Right.
But-
Which it's I don't know
It's
why
not-
that's.
Can we
that was the
can say
name of it.
butthole on this show, right?
I mean, I did. So.
It's twice now, so I'm assuming nobody's run in and said, "Hey!" So
That's good. We'll have a song later.
as long as it's because that's the medical term for it, I think.
Butthole. That's yes.
Yeah. So why that name though? You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
that's fine.
just-
I mean,
it's
there's no
it's a
disrespect
fun
to that name. It's just
because to be honest, there are some that I've been in with him that kind of the titles could lend other, like Black Mamba.
Or yeah.
3 Knee Deep. That was
well.
that, there are a lot. Every time I tell people the name of movies I'm in, the first question is it porn?
I think you're getting typecast.
Yeah,
it's the beard.
Oh yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, we're working on the Goocher. We're also we're still. We have to get back to 7 Deadliest Sins. That's been put on hold. I'm working on a series called They're Here with Chris Toney. I'm working on a series called Super Z and Friends with Evie Warner. So yeah, just busy. Yeah. And I'm opening this weekend for John Poveromo at Wiley's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because I own the club.
That's right.
I want a weekend.
Yep.
And I got a weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I
had to beg for it a little bit still. But so I own the club, but nobody listens to me. So,
right. Yeah.
That's the way it is. But it's been crazy. And on a sad note, my dad's been in the hospital for a couple of weeks, so he's doing better. He was apparently he was up and walking around with 3 nurses dragging him around, cracking a whip. I think, nice. But. Maybe he just dreamed that. I don't know.
Like father, like son? Huh?
Maybe I just dreamed that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But, he's doing a lot better. He had a couple rough nights. For him, he went in and had to have a kind of an emergency surgery. And with him, an emergency surgery is especially threatening because he is on blood thinner. He has a mechanical heart valve that they told him when they put it in would last him about 10 years. When they put it in 25 years ago.
Wow.
So and he's a 23-year cancer survivor. So he's
nice.
He's had a lot of struggles, but he's still kicking and ornery as can be. So.
Oh, hopefully he'll get better. And
he's been doing a lot better. So.
That's good. Yeah. Good.
Now that I brought everybody down.
Well, that's okay. Actually, there's a little segue, I guess. Have you heard about have you done the 23andMe? I know a lot of people talk about it. I don't really care. I'm
not sure what that is.
23andMe?
No.
Oh.
Really? I'm sure every comedian talks about it, though.
I don't.
Really?
No.
Okay. Well, it's this service, apparently, where I haven't done it, where you can swab your mouth. Mm-hmm. Hold on.
I love how you've just reached this level of intimacy with me.
I saw your eyebrow.
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long.
My face tells it all.
Well, anyway,
so
service where you swab your mouth, you send it to some people, and they tell you they mail you a sheet of who your ancestry is. Like,
oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, and there are these commercials coming out for the holidays,
and they have your DNA, and they will clone you.
Yeah.
I think,
and
that's
there will
the
be
goal.
24 of you. That's how the 23andMe.
Well,
that's how that works. How did you not read into that?
I don't know. But hold on. There are these commercials. You watch TV, Don?
No, I do not.
Do you, Charlie?
I don't have cable.
I don't either.
I don't have time.
That's and we pay for like the Hulu where you don't have the commercials.
Right.
Because they just.
I have Netflix.
Well, okay, this is working out great then.
Yeah, nobody knows what you're talking about. Now, what's your name again?
Man, I'm on the last show. Anyway. Sorry. Are they still here?
I don't know. Probably. Okay. They're all out there fuming.
Anyway, there are these commercials coming out for the holidays, which I've said 3 times now, where these people come in the door, they give the hug to the person answering the door, and it says like 50% match. And it means that they're related because of this, it's pretty much showing, it's essentially showing just a bunch of people hugging and then putting a percentage next to the thing. And I'm like, well,
it's good they only show them hugging if they're 50% related.
Well,
because that's a close cousin.
And
right
here's
there.
the thing: I think they're bringing in people that they think they're related to, just to show, whatever. And I'm like, well, what the?
Oh yeah.
Oh! It wasn't me.
I said Fox News, Don.
Oh, that's right. I
said
forgot.
Fox News, and I'm
it
like,
does. Yeah,
why would you need
that
more
is-
family members? Is what I'm saying. Like I already have to deal with who I've got at the family dinner, and I can't even deal with them then.
Yeah, that's.
So
I
anyway,
have to-
what are you doing? I said Fox News.
I
was
caught
flustered.
it. I caught it. So
I
it
was
didn't
flustered.
go. I
Can we
understand.
put
but I have
a Morse
to,
code B by that so
Yes.
we know it was not Charlie?
What's
that did
Morse
that?
code for B?
Look, hold up your tattoo.
..
Okay.
Man,
We're good.
I'm
I am.
mad.
This is the proudest moment of my professional
Can
life.
I just play myself out?
Yes,
please?
play-
Yes.
Okay. Where were you?
I
before-
don't know. I'm
before
done.
this, before some random guy came in here screaming profanity. Where were you?
I whispered,
He was
and
talking
he
to-
whispered.
He was talking about 23 and me. Okay,
No,
so now
it's done. I'm done with it.
But wait,
He's spent.
hold up. When do those commercials come out?
They're already out.
If you watch TV, you would know.
I know, right?
What's happening?
Oh.
Hey, on my way here, this is what made me mad. I was on the phone with my mother.
That'll do it.
Well, and I didn't see the car in front of me, and I almost rear-ended them. And my ukulele, which you've heard now twice, went flying into my windshield, and I'm grateful that it's still here with us today.
Yes,
Do
because
you-
that would have been terrible.
Do you travel with your uke in a case?
No, I do not,
Why not?
because I don't travel. Well,
'Cause you
I mean,
never
I
know
You
don't-
go to Alaska. That's traveling.
I'm not
That's
taking my
as far as
ukulele
you can
to
travel in
Alaska.
the United States.
A little troubadour for the moose.
Yeah,
No,
there you go. The moose
I-
might have calmed him down.
The only reason
That
I have
and the
this,
weed would have calmed the moose down.
well,
he would
I
have
know,
been
just
fine.
blow it in his face. The only reason I've got this uke here is because I knew you were going to be here. And-
Aw.
well, I know, and see, but if you play a song here in this hour, I can only play in the key of C. So that's
Yeah, me too. But
Okay.
it's
going to work out great.
Perfect.
It's cool. I've been playing the ukulele professional for almost 5 years now,
Okay.
and I know 8 chords.
Here's the thing that really.
Why would you need more?
Apparently
There's only
I don't.
4 strings. That's
Yeah.
that's 2 chords per string. You're
Right.
perfect.
Batting 1,000.
This kind of blows my mind, though. Hold on. That
We're
you have
gonna be
steel
friends.
strings.
I do have steel strings.
And hers is bigger than yours. I have to point
Well,
out
Mine's
again.
a lot bigger.
You
than
know,
yours.
we don't have to.
I require.
I'm talking
a lot
in.
more action. No, actually, I had a ukulele. I did a show at Laugh Factory in Chicago, and
Mm-hmm.
I put my uke in my car, and then went back into network with all the other cool comics, and came back, and my back windshield had been busted out, and my original uke was gone. So when I got this little baby here, I decided to just go ahead and get all the bells and whistles, and so I took it into my local music shop, and they put in an electric pickup, and he sort of played a little bit with the bridge, and I got steel strings because I don't know, I like it sounds so much beefier,
Yeah.
and I don't want people to think that I'm playing a toy,
Right.
Right.
because those little soprano ukes, that's just like playing a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to talk about it. I often feel like a pansy using the nylon strings. And is that word? Can I say that word? I don't know.
Yeah, you're fine.
What,
Okay.
nylon?
I
I
have
think
Yeah,
it's
nylon.
fine.
I think it's good.
I have
be
not
good.
used that P
Yeah.
word in a long, long time.
Um,
I want to bring it back though.
well, and
Bringing back the P word.
I went-
You just named the episode, my friend.
the P word.
Bringing back the P word.
Man, that's
Oh.
twice that I've named an episode. What was the last one about Tinder? Too ugly for Tinder.
Yep, there.
Yeah. Yeah, I got kicked off Tinder. We don't have to talk about
But
that.
that's a great story. I love that story.
I'm gonna
just
have to go
because
back and
it's
listen to it.
painful for him.
Yeah, it was real painful. It's all good now.
Yep, he's over it.
smoothed
He's
it out.
over it. Yeah, he went to Alaska, met a moose. He's good.
We're
Getting
real
married
happy
in the
together.
spring after the thaw.
Yeah, so they reinforced your bridge. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
In order to put the steel strings.
Yeah,
I know
because
I can't
there's
put that on.
Yeah,
there.
there's a whole lot more tension.
Right.
So, and I don't even know what I think one's a banjo string.
Oh.
One is a guitar string, and then
You got Frankenstein over there.
It really
That's
is,
cool.
and
Eukenstein.
Eukenstein. There you go.
Eukenstein.
Hey, maybe
Eukenstein.
that might be a better.
So now you brought in your ukulele. So do you just play it like for fun, or what do you do?
I kind of, but I'm actually recording an album, but not a comedy album or anything.
Okay.
They're real songs. I'm not saying yours aren't. I don't want to say that.
I'm not offended. I know what I got.
Okay, but you know what I mean,
Right.
And so, man, I shouldn't have said that. no,
It is
I'm in the
really
corner.
hard to
I'm in
offend
the
me.
corner.
That's why
No.
Don loves having me on this
No.
show.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Hold on. Have you recorded an album?
I have not.
You should.
I know. I need to find a club where I can do a live album.
Oh, you want to do a live album?
I do want to do a live album.
Oh, that's cool.
We might be able to find one.
Really?
We'll put our heads together and we'll think.
Okay.
of one.
Yeah. I was thinking like Florida, maybe something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well. Yeah. Well, we're booked up for the winter already, so. You know.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Do you live around here? I'm going everywhere. But...
No, it's fine. I live in Danville, Illinois.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
why are
about-
you here? Are you performing?
No,
you're
I
just
just
here?
came to hang out with Don and do the show.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a true friend.
I bring the people in. That's
Bring in
what
the
can
best.
I say.
That's cool.
We gotta go ahead and hit comedy
Okay.
rundown. And take a little break. I actually have a song queued up. It's not really an Alaskan thing, but since it's Ötzi the Iceman by Mike Canistero.
Oh.
If you've never heard it, it's fun.
I have not heard that one yet.
But here's this week's comedy rundown brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Tuesday, December 4th, whatever day it is. Tuesday, that's tonight, actually. Open mic at Peach's Grill at 104 Xenia Avenue in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 8 p.m. That's 29 minutes. You have 29 minutes to get there. Wednesday, December 5th, open mic at the Buckeye Sports Lodge at 126 West High Street in Springfield. That show starts at 7:30. Also open mic at South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. And Nate Washington's Comedy Fight Club is at Ned Pepper's at 419 East 5th Street in the Oregon District. Sign up for stage time on that one is 7:30, and that show starts at 8. Thursday, December 6th, open mic at the Spirited Goat at 118 Dayton Street in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 7. There's also an open mic at the Barrel House at 417 East 3rd Street. From 8:30 to 11 p.m. and the Holiday Roast Battle Royale Round 2 at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road in Dayton. That show starts at 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, December 7th and the 8th, John Poveromo is at, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I better learn that if I'm going to be bringing him on stage.
Should,
yeah, I'll check with him
since
before
you fought
the show.
for that weekend.
Yeah. He's at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District. I'll be hosting that show, so come out and see me and John. Friday through Sunday, December 7th through the 9th, Paul Mercurio is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green with Nate Washington. I think Nate's going to be featuring for him, probably. Sunday, December 9th, open mic at Mila's Suburban Cafe at 606 Taywood Road in Englewood. Sign-up start at 3 p.m. Call 937-832-2200. If you want to sign up for that, that show starts at 7 p.m. And Wiley Sunday Comics is back at Wiley's Comedy Club with your local favorites. That show starts at 8 p.m. That is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And don't forget to show some love on Monday nights to the open mic at Hannah's at 121 North Ludlow Street in Dayton. Woo. And I'm gonna go ahead and play a little Ötzi the Iceman.
Cool, I'm gonna
go pee. And Charlie's gonna go pee. We'll be back here shortly.
Ötzi the Iceman was a very chilled out kind of soul, with a concave nose and his leathery skin and two eyes made out of holes. Ötzi the Iceman was right in the glacier's way. Because of sheer dumb luck and a big rock, he remains intact today. It must have been real lonely, 5,000 years frozen in the ice. And not only was it cold as shit, but his arm was stuck dabbing to the right. So Then some mountain climbers found him, only good thing mountain climbers ever did. And for 2 whole days they chiseled him out like some block of frozen squid. Ootsie, the Iceman, was taken to a high-tech lab where he told scientists on a carbon date he was older than God's dad. Right next to his body was a beautiful copper-forged axe. I bet all his friends thought he smelt it really good, but his friends weren't alive to axe. Now Ootsie lives in a freezer. Scientists quibble over his remains. The only thing they agree upon is that his life ended with extreme pain. Ow! Ootsie, the Iceman, had a full stomach, so they say. So no one needed to be Sherlock Holmes to see his death involve foul play. Whackety whack whack, whackety whack whack, Ootsie, he got whacked. Whackety whack whack, whackety whack, took an arrow straight to the back. Jack!
Hello there. My name is Wallace J. Crumplebottom, and when it's early in the morning, there's nothing that gets me ready for a long day of bean counting quite like a good breakfast. And there's no better breakfast than a brand new episode of The Breakfast Lads. Take it from me, I'm British, so I must know what I'm talking about. Tune in every Wednesday at 8 a.m. for a brand new episode of The Breakfast Lads, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
Now, you've been staring over that edge for hours. And people die down there. And dying when you're not really sick is really sick, you know? Really.
Hey, well, I got an award, and then we went to dead air. Look at that. That is my, what is it, the instabreast.com award. That's
awesome. And I love how the award is worded very gender neutrally.
Well, go ahead and read it. The Gender Neutral Award.
Certificate of Achievement presented to Don Smith for their fall 2018 achievements. 57.7 on-air hours, which is amazing.
That's way too much.
105.5 online listener hours.
That is not enough. I'm disappointed in myself, really.
You received the Instabreast Award, which is for the best comedy show. And it is presented by Patrick Schmaltzlig on December 2nd of this year. Congratulations, Don.
Yeah.
Hey.
Instabreast is instabreast.com. That's my idea to replace Instagram because Instagram has banned nude photos.
Right, yeah, they have. Yeah.
Instabreast.com is what that's the new social media.
They ban everything but the breast photos?
Right. It's just all breasts. That's all it is. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I like that.
Why are you not on this? Get this going.
Well, I'm not going to have my photos on there because I don't, too much hair. But
Same, Don. Same.
It's a curse, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah. Anyway, we're back on the Life Radio Show. In case you weren't able to tell, Charlie Hester is still my guest co-host. She's hard to offend, so she's probably not running away.
Just to pee and come right back.
Yeah, you got to take care of that every now and then. Brandon Barry did decide to stick around.
I did. I'm flustered as.
Why are you flustered?
Because I'm not doing as well as I thought I would.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Well, it's not. This isn't an open mic.
Wait, doing well at what?
Yeah.
Being here, I don't know. I'm always judged a little bit.
You're doing great at being here,
I think,
Brandon.
I think you're doing fantastic.
You're one of the best at being here.
Oh, thank you.
You're one of the top 3 in this room at being here. Actually.
I always know that you don't have any more guests because you call me to be on the show.
No, you're fun to have on the show.
Okay,
whatever. You may be too ugly for Tinder, but you're just right for the live radio show.
I'm just right for radio. Yeah.
Aww.
Do we want to hit a couple of news stories? I know we have some songs that need to be played, but we have some news we need to talk about too.
We were having such a good time. Let's talk about the news.
Let's ruin it. Let's ruin it. Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on, Brandon. You need to play. This is when you're sitting in that chair and you have a uke.
Oh.
You got to
Okay.
play through the news.
Yes. Play through the news, and we'll.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Let's see if I can find. Here's one that just is basic government. A District of Columbia clerk and a supervisor refused to accept a New Mexico man's state driver's license as he sought a marriage license because she and her supervisor believed New Mexico was a foreign country. Gavin Clarkson told the Las Cruces Sun News it happened November 20th at the District of Columbia Court's Marriage Bureau as he tried to apply for a marriage license. After approaching the clerk for a license and showing his New Mexico ID, Clarkson said the clerk told him he needed an international passport to get a marriage license. Clarkson said he protested to a supervisor who also told him he needed a foreign passport.
Wow.
The clerk finally concluded that New Mexico was a state after Clarkson objected 3 times. The clerk granted the license to Clarkson and his fiancée. She thought New Mexico was a foreign country, Clarkson said of the clerk. All the couples behind us waiting in line were laughing.
It's a good start. Good start to a long, committed relationship.
Yes, exactly. Which, that's those New Mexicans.
Yeah.
Why, this is our government at work. Our tax dollars pay these people to not know all of the. There's only 50 states.
Right. I know most of them.
It's not that hard to know. I mean, if somebody names one, I'm sure you would recognize it as a state.
Right.
You may not be able to list them all in alphabetical
I can point
order.
one out in a lineup.
Right. Right. You can look at an ID and say, "Oh, New Mexico, not the old one. We're good."
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, government officials can't. So,
Well,
which
I have to be real careful because my husband works for the government, so I can't say too much.
okay. Well,
yeah.
I won't.
Well, but in an instance like this, when you're working with the public, you would think that would be something that they would just have a working knowledge of.
Right.
I bet you bouncers at bars they know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are aware that New Mexico's a state.
Yeah. Huh.
I would have more to say about this, but I was trying to figure out the chords to play while you were saying. So I missed the first.
It's tough,
whole part.
right?
So
Yep.
anyway.
It's okay. You're still doing good at being here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What's the next news story, Don?
A Florida woman. I love Florida news.
It's always just so
This is why you want to go to
tantalizing.
Florida.
I
It's not for the
know.
weather. It's so you will have so many more songs.
It's for the material.
Yeah. A Florida woman faces aggravated assault charge after authorities say she passed gas in a line at a dollar store and pulled a knife on a man who complained about it.
Oh, I am so into this story 100%. Please continue.
Citing a Broward Sheriff's Office report, the Miami Herald reports 37-year-old Shanetta Yvette Wilson passed gas while waiting in line at a Dollar General Sunday night.
Good for you, girl.
And upset a nearby customer. The report says the offended customer and Wilson got into an argument in reference to the defendant farting loudly. It says Wilson then pulled a small folding knife out of her purse and told the victim she was going to gut him while moving as if to attack him. Wilson was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. It is unclear if she has a lawyer. My guess would be no.
Oh, my
public
gosh.
defender, possibly, but
Yeah.
that's.
Wow.
And maybe she has a lawyer on retainer because she
What was her
she
name? I need to
passes
friend
gas
this
all
girl
the time.
on Facebook.
Shanetta,
Shanetta.
Shanetta, Yvette.
Hold on.
That's her middle name, or
Yvette is her middle name.
Hold on. Oh, Shanetta Yvette Wilson.
You found her?
Darn Skippyette. Oh,
Awesome.
I don't think that she has. It doesn't look like she actually has a profile, but
Oh, just the news story about her
Yeah.
and her offensive farting.
oh my gosh, I am so in love with this story. Wait. When did this happen?
Let's see. It was fairly recently. Usually my news is fairly current. I just picked this up last night, so it's usually within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, all right. Okay, we're going to talk about this later. Please continue.
All right. That's.
I was still
we can talk
thinking
about
about
it
those
now.
chords,
It's okay.
Don.
That's why. What's that?
I was still thinking about those chords. I couldn't. I
didn't even notice if you played through the last song.
I
Did
didn't.
You didn't play through. You
No.
were still thinking about
What do you want
playing
from
through
me?
the chords.
I can't play the news sound on my uke.
You're okay. You're okay.
Okay, all right.
It's just
all right.
I love it because this is actually leads into my brand new song.
Do we need to pause for a song?
We can circle back to it. You can keep reading the news, but
Well, no. If that's a good lead in, we need to stick with that.
What are the chords?
We can go back to news later.
okay. You can look at my music book. But
You write music?
No.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a serial killer has
Yeah.
written this down, and I don't even know if the chords that I'm writing are correct.
Okay, well.
I just kind of I just kind of throw it, and I know what it means, but I don't think anybody else knows it.
Okay, I'll just pretend that I know
there you
what
go.
I'm
And
doing.
also,
Let's see. Oh.
uh-huh,
Oh, boy.
because I'm in a different key.
Play it again. Do it again. It's a G. Okay.
Well, on yours it is.
Right.
I don't
Okay,
know.
we'll get this figured out.
All right.
This is
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'll let you handle this one.
All right. Not on this one, but maybe later. All right, cool. Okay, so this one I'm going to send out to my new friend Shanetta because I think that she probably will appreciate this song. So this is a song that I wrote about that conversation that you have to have in a new relationship when you first started seeing somebody. It's a tough conversation to have, but you got to have it. We've been out a few times, and I love the way you kiss. It's so hard to deny when there's chemistry like this. But there's something important that I've got to say. I'm confessing it now before we go all the way. Sometimes I fart during sex. It's a natural thing when you're awfully close to my cinnamon ring. And if I lose control, gas comes out my bunghole. Ooh. Sometimes I fart during sex. Oh, yes, I do. It doesn't happen every time, but I've seen the surprise in many a new lover's traumatized eyes. And I like you so much, don't want to scare you away. And forewarned is forearmed, and that's why I want to say, sometimes I fart during sex, so when I'm in ecstasy, I might Dutch oven you accidentally. When you put pressure down there, it's gonna push some air. Ooh. Sometimes I fart during sex. Whoa, now if I slip a stinker, I won't feel ashamed. Just imagine my sphincter is screaming your name. Uh-huh. Sometimes I fart during sex, so if you really rock it, you'll hear the gracious applause of my demon socket. Whoa, I can't keep a tight latch on this chocolate muffin hatch. Ooh, sometimes I fart during sex. I'll never leave a skid mark unless you take a dump on my heart. Because I don't deal with emotional crap very well. So don't piss me off and make me shart during sex. Oh, sometimes I
Such a sweet ballad.
Isn't it? It's so romantic.
It is. It is. That
Love
is.
it.
Whew.
And look, you didn't have to write any times down or numbers like dumb old Brandon over there.
Well, yeah.
He said
that's-
Fox News.
Yep.
Hey,
yeah.
did you hear my fills? I was like, boom, boom, boom.
I didn't. I missed
Yeah,
it.
he was in there. He was getting on.
Were
it.
you in it to win it?
Fart during sex. Hold on. I was playing that while you were singing the chorus.
I may have to pull you over when I start recording for the music video.
There you go.
No, we're doing a music video. It's
Of that one? Of
Yeah.
That? Oh, okay.
yeah.
That'll be bad.
going to be a big country ballad. Seriously, we're filming in January.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we had a good news story to get us into that.
Yeah,
That's,
thank you. That was the
and
perfect
yeah,
lead-in.
and that one goes out to you, Shanetta Yvette Wilson.
Shanetta.
Yeah, and your
Not all heroes wear
Dollar
capes.
General. Yes, your Dollar General fartscapade. That's I guess. I guess that's what we can call it.
I'm going to start telling that story from stage. It's like the segue into that
Okay.
song.
Yeah, that's I always enjoy when a comic gets some material off my show.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there was a comic that had a whole set based around a news story we did on my show
What?
about a guy that went through a Wendy's drive-through and threw a live alligator into the window.
What? Who does that?
Guess where it was?
In Ohio?
In
In Florida.
Oh,
was
of
in
course it's
Florida.
in Florida, yes.
Man.
Because the guy randomly found a small alligator. It was like 3 foot long, but still, it's an alligator.
What is happening in
And-
Florida?
The greatest things ever.
This stuff doesn't happen in Alaska, does it, Brandon?
No, it doesn't.
Well, there aren't
No.
enough people there, I don't think.
Yeah.
You just get high and talk to moose. Mooses, meese, mouses.
Ah. Nice way to circle back there, buddy.
How much time we got left? How many segments you doing? Because I got some questions.
We have about 9. Okay, you got some questions?
Yeah.
Okay, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Were you always a musical comedian?
Oh, for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's turning
I
the
know
tables
about
on
Don.
you.
I'm
Your
supposed
guest
to be the co-host.
co-host,
I'm
but yeah,
supposed to be
he's
asking
guesting.
you questions.
Oh, there's nothing
Yeah.
more
I'm
I'm just
interesting
giving you
about
crap
myself.
about Alaska. No, the first year I did a lot of just straight stand up, and I loved comedy, but I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't my voice. It wasn't who I was. And so I finally decided that I was just going to learn how to play the ukulele because I play keyboard, but you
Yeah.
can't bring that up on stage with you very easily.
Right.
So
a little more awkward.
It really
Yeah.
is.
So what was the choice between? Why'd you go ukulele instead of guitar?
String count.
Okay.
Yeah, less
That's-
strings for me to mess
That's kind
up.
of what I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
So you started ukulele after you were a comic.
Yeah. Well, we're using that term real loosely. I don't think that I probably should have called myself a stand-up comic for a while. Not for the first.
Okay,
three-
but you are
3
now.
years. No, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is all I do.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
fun. My kids tell their friends. My
Well,
mom's a
you
stand-up
run your
comic.
own show, don't you? Out at the the courtyard or whatever.
Well,
at-
I ran my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ran my own stand-up show in my backyard.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
So-
which is fun.
Yeah, it was. I just don't like producing. So
Yeah.
it's kind of, I don't know how you do it because
I have Erica.
yeah, well, that's
who is,
true.
Yeah, that she books. I don't book anything.
Yeah.
I don't. If I booked anybody, I would get more shows.
Ah,
Instead, I have to go to my booker and say, "Hey, can I have a weekend?" And that's.
I mean,
and
I'll still pay you
and
if
I'm
you say
tot-
no.
I'm totally
but-
cool with that
Yeah, well,
because
yeah.
it's a lot of hassle.
It is.
Yeah, she does a lot for us.
Yeah.
She's,
Makes a mean mudslide too. I think.
that's Heather probably. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Erica's the she usually doesn't get behind the bar.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, did you have more questions, Brandon? or-
Kind of.
Okay,
I mean, this is
okay.
kind of like
Yeah.
a philosophical question for everybody in the room.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Now, well, I guess let me preface it. Have you ever gotten flack for using the ukulele I mean, you're playing it on stage.
Mhm.
You're kind of hiding behind it per se.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
So tell
From
me.
a lot of comics.
Really? Now here's my philosophical question. I don't know if it is or not. There's a little side note for you. Have people thought that musical comedians, is that what you would call yourself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I normally call myself Charlie, but musical comic is good
Would
too.
some people consider that prop comedy?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Now I will say, in an open mic situation, if I see a comic going up on stage with a guitar,
that's a prop comic.
You tune out.
That's if I smoked, it would be. It's time for me to go out and secondhand smoke. No,
Yeah.
no, if you don't know more than a chord, and you just bring it up there because you want to pretend to be a musical comic.
Right.
Okay,
That's a
but
difference.
if they play well and they do what she does, is that good? Would you still go outside for a smoke?
No, if it was an open mic and I saw a guitar going up there, I would be inclined to say, I need to go to the bar.
Confessions of club owners.
Just to be honest, but
Yeah.
if I mean you've been doing it for a while, your songs are funny. You know more than a chord.
I do. I try and write.
And that's, to me, if it's good, if it's funny, it's good.
Right.
However you get there is good.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But it's just like prop comedy. It's rare that it's good.
Right.
But if it's more than just a whole suitcase full of plungers, there's
What was that? That was an interesting night.
yes. You were there.
I
for
was
that.
there
for
for that
one of them, because that one's been back a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Got some encouragement from a
Oh.
former owner.
Great.
And yes, it was.
Can't wait for the next show.
We have Dayton has a plunger prop comic.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not though.
Forget it. I want to record the album in Ohio.
Here's the fun thing: the second time he was ever on stage, first time he met me, it was of course a Sunday night show, Wiley's Sunday Comics. I got a text message at 11:30 at night from a toilet plunger prop comic.
How did he get your number?
Well, it was to my Messenger account on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's like, that'll help you out. That'll help. So that's don't do that. By the way,
Right.
if you're an open mic comic, don't send a message to the club owner at 11:30 on a Sunday night.
Right.
It's probably not going to help your case.
Right.
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 Especially if that case is full of plungers. But no, there are musical comics that are fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
Clearly.
Oh, thank you. Well,
And there are open mic musical comics
Right.
that should concentrate more on funny than on anything.
I think it's weird because, especially with music, I mean, you have to write something funny, but then you also have to write something that the audience will enjoy listening to.
Sing along with.
Right. And the third level of that is, will they walk out of the place singing one of the songs that they heard from you that night? And so I try and make sure that my music is all written very musically and very catchy and hooky.
Yeah.
Hookery. I have one about being a hooker. But not everybody can do that.
Right,
And so, and I'm not saying I'm the best at it. I'm just saying this is what I've learned over the years is,
Yeah.
how to be successful and not suck. But yeah, people still give me the side eye when they
Sure.
see me walk in with you, and they're, are you gonna play a guitar?
Well, there's very few.
No, it's a baritone uke, buddy.
Yeah. Well, there are very few people that can pull off the musical comedy, but I think you do it very well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm getting better at it. Every single show that I headline, I learn more and more. And I went up to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, and it was one of those shows where I felt so comfortable because I'm like, I have a handle on all of this. I finally felt like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so it's just, and that's all it is, just growth.
Well, it's really great that you can do that for a living too.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of
Not a
people
great
that can-
living, but
But still, it's
Still,
something.
you're doing. You're
Yeah.
traveling. And
I'm
whatnot.
walking home with not just free drink tickets in my pocket anymore,
Right,
which
right,
is
right.
nice.
Yeah, a little more
So-
than gas money. So
Yeah. So barely in the black, but still in the black.
Hey, there you go.
Right?
That's beats the alternative.
Hey, in this economy, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. So, Brandon, where are you off to after? Not necessarily just tonight,
right now.
but where are you?
Well,
what is next for Brandon Berry?
Well, like I said, I'm just waiting around for that next BBC call, and then once that happens, I'll go back to Alaska. But in the meantime, I want to work with you again. Resurgence of Homeless Jerry.
I saw that message and I was going to ask because I miss Homeless Jerry.
I know you do.
Who's Homeless Jerry?
I had a public access television show.
That was fantastic.
All right.
and Homeless Jerry.
You'll have to look it up on YouTube because
Homeless Jerry, played by Don Smith. It was great. But anyway, Homeless Jerry is currently running for president.
Which will be great.
Yep.
Homeless Jerry kind of started. It was just supposed to be a little quick thing that you did, and it ended up being
one
a
of my
recurring
favorite ones.
character.
Yeah.
You did. There was one where he was. It was called Shacks, which was like cribs only for the homeless guy.
It was a garage that wasn't his.
Yeah, it was a garage that wasn't mine. I went in there. I didn't know anything. There was no script. And how long did I walk around just doing
Probably
stupid
20
stuff?
minutes I had to sift through.
Just randomly picking stuff up, sifting through the garage, and finding stuff to talk. It was stupid, but it was hilarious.
This
I
is
loved
amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I can't wait to get Homeless Jerry.
Me as well.
Up in the running for president because he
I think he
can't
can beat
do
him.
worse. Yeah,
I think he can beat him.
At least, Homeless Jerry does not have a Twitter account.
Yeah,
that's a step in the right direction right there.
Anyway. Well, it was good to be on, Don. I appreciate it.
It's always good to have you. I don't need to pull up a song because we're going to the break.
Oh, great.
So, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
I look forward to bringing Homeless Jerry back. Did you have any social media stuff you wanted to throw out there?
If you want. I mean, I don't tweet very often, but Brandon T. Berry on Twitter. I don't really want you on Facebook, though. So.
Oh, shoot. I literally just sent you a friend request.
I'll add you.
Well,
That's
you,
fine.
I think, yeah.
That's fine. Nobody else, though.
But you tweet some good stuff when you do.
Yeah,
because I share some of it every now and then because there's some good stuff on there.
We're friends now. All right.
Yeah.
All
See you
right,
later.
we're gonna take a little break and we'll be back here shortly with Caleb Tucker and the undead movie props.
Woo.
So let's see if I can push the right button and get us to an actual break. Here we go. It says take a break right up there. I think I can figure it out.
Go for it.
We'll be back shortly. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check us out on the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM with a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays from noon to 2, or you can always stream the show live at wwsu1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com. A whole suitcase full of plungers